Hello, everyone. So this is the PBE with the new champion, Kindred.
Tell me again, little lamb, which things are mine to take?
All things, dear wolf.
She is an interesting champion. She's an 80 carry slash jungler. Excuse me. So let's go over her abilities here. So we've got her passive, Mark of the Kindred. Lamb can choose a champion to hunt by clicking on the champion portals, which are right here. And it'll show every single champion on the enemy team. I only got Misfortune here. Wolf periodically hungers for and hunts enemies in the enemy jungler. So you'd be like Toad or Grump, Wolves, the Raptors, and the Krugs. Gain a kill or an assist on a hunted target permanently empowers Kindred's attacks, all against targets, causing them to deal 1.25% of the target's current health in bonus on-hit physical damage. So basically, excuse me, as she gets stacks from killing either marked champions or the marked jungle mobs, she'll get a stack that will give her the bonus damage. When the stack reaches 6, no matter if you got it from hunting champions or hunting jungle mobs, the jungle mobs will no longer be marked for hunting, and you can only get stacks from champions. But you can get an unlimited amount of stacks. There is a cooldown. I think I'll have to hold on. Let me look it up. There is a cooldown. Let me find out what it is. Okay, so the cooldown is once you kill an enemy champion, you cannot get a mark from them for another 4 minutes. And then swapping between champion marks is a 90-second cooldown. And then also when you mark an enemy, let's see if it shows up. There's actually an icon, or a visualization that shows up that they can see, so they know that they're marked. All right, so then, so that's the passive. Then her Q, which is Dance of Arrows. Lamb will vault, firing up to 3 arrows at nearby enemies, and these are the closest enemy, so minions or champions. You can't choose which one it is. Dealing 60 plus some AD ratio. Casting Wolf's Fury, or vaulting inside of this effect reduces the cooldown to the spell to 2 seconds. So normally it's 9 seconds, but if Wolf's Fury is active, which lasts for 8 seconds, then the vault, or Dance of Arrows, is only 2 seconds. And this will get reduced by cooldown reduction. Then we've got Wolf's Fury. The passive part is that Kindred, when she moves, she gains stacks. This is just like my brain is not remembering the name of it. Here we go. It's just like Ludan's Echo. So as you move, you get stacks, and when it hits 100, the next basic attack drains health from the target and heals you. And it starts out at 20, and then it scales up. And then when you activate it, Wolf claims the territory, and it's centered on where you are, not where your mouse would be. And then for 8 seconds, he will attack any enemies in that area and I believe he... Let's see, inside the area, Lamb can direct him by attacking the area. So whoever you attack, it attacks. And then if you leave the territory, he will stop. It will put this on cooldown, and the ability stopped. Wolf's attacks does physical damage. And it's a pretty good 80 ratio. And then it's also 40% of your Mark of the Kindred. So more stacks you have of this, the more Wolf does in damage. The next is your Mounting Dread. His E. It cripples an enemy, slowing them movement by 70% for 1 second. I do not believe it scales, but I can't say for sure. We'll see after I get all the spells up. After Lamb attacks the target twice, her third attack instead directs Wolf to pounce on the enemy, dealing a massive physical damage. And this scales up pretty high, so it's 80 plus what is that? It's like a 0.2 80 ratio. And then 5% of the target's maximum health. And I think that 5% scales up, but I'm not quite sure. And then this is the weird one. So Lamb's Respite. Or Respirit? No, Respite. So this is such a weird ability. Lamb blesses the ground under a friendly champion for 4 seconds. So you can target other people with this. It creates a zone, which is about the same size as Wolf's Fury. And in this area, no living thing, ally, or enemy can die. So basically, you'll hit 10%. Upon reaching 10% health, units become immune. And this also affects, I believe, minions and monsters. So, you can hit this on Baron, and it'll prevent Baron from dying. So they become immune and take no more damage or healing. So it basically kind of freezes you at 10%. And then when the blessing ends, all living things inside are healed for 200. And the healing scales up, but it's really not a lot. So it's like the best times I've been able to use it is if I'm about to die and and I'm running away, I'm not going to get attacked, but I got a knight on me, or someone's going to skill shot me from afar. You can drop this on yourself and then survive the attack. During team fights, it really makes things weird because it affects enemies as well. And against 1v1, basically you drop it on yourself and it allows you to get the enemy down to 10%, but you'll also be at 10%. And then if it triggers, when it ends, you both are healed. So it's just, on 1v1s or in team fights, I have not found it to be very useful at all. It's like Bard's ult. It really, really has to be in the optimal timed placement for it to be useful. So that's her kit. I will level her up to level 6 and see how everything plays out. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, the scuttle is marked, and I forgot. So it can be the enemy's jungle camps or the scuttle or crabs, top or bottom. And currently, if you look on the mini-map, you can see it's blue. It also, if there was an enemy kindred, it could be red and blue, and the enemy's stacks over top of yours, so you wouldn't, you only see yours or theirs on the map, and it really is yours and theirs. So here, let's kill it here, and I'll show you the abilities too. So here is the Q, and that normally would shoot out 3 shots. And then here's Wolf's attack. I'm not going to be able to kill. I'm going to kill it if I hit it again. Oh well. I'll do it again here. So you saw how it went into me, right? So now I've got my 1 stack right here. Current damage 1.25. So here, let's do this again. All right, so I'll put down my W, which is Wolf's Frenzy. So he's attacking now. Then if I dash, you can see how it shot out and it's refreshed. And then there's my E. And if I hit it a second time, there, he did his damage. You couldn't see him too well there. So it'll come back here. I'll do it on Grub. Yeah, so he just attacked it.
Chase to your heart's content.
Okay. So let's go back. I'll get some items. Oh, here, let me clear this jungle camp. And her Q, it doesn't do as much damage as you may think. I mean, some other champions do a little dashy kind of thing, and they seem to do more damage than her Q does. But that's not really where her damage comes from. It really comes from the stacks, and then Wolf. And of course, I'm just sitting here with just the Trailblazer currently. All right, so we'll go back here. And now, I would not say she has so much going on with her, and she's odd in the way that she's played that she's not overpowered currently. I mean, many people just don't know how to play her well, and she dies really easy. And then even those who play her well, she's not like a duelist, so she needs to be with a gank with someone or in a team fight. Then she does okay. Hey, you can see Wolf jump in there. Alright, now let's see. So, yeah. As you can see up here. Come on. So, this jungle camp is marked, so I'm going to go get a stack from there. And then I'm working on the Sated Devourer, because that's just what you do with anyone who's attack speed. And with her and her stacks, this extra damage also happens on the shadow attack from the Sated Devourer. Now, they did nerf the Sated Devourer when it comes to ranged champions, so it is not as good on her as it is like on Master Yi. See, you can see there's the mark, and Misfortune will have that happen to her too. From the jungle. I mean, sorry, from when she's out. I don't think he'll show up here, but it does. She does see it. Maybe it's when I get near it. I'm going to do my ult here. Oh no, let me kill her. Alright. I wanted the stack. Now, Once I clear this here, I'll show you something. Alright, so the 5% doesn't scale up, it's the base damage that scales up. And the slow also does not scale up for the E. For the W, so here we can see what scales up. So damage is the only thing that's on the Q. The damage and cooldown on the W, the damage and cooldown on the E, and then the heal and cooldown on the R. So, I mean, I really don't know. You'd get 1 point in this, and I don't see really much point to... I'd level this last. Because it's going up by 50, so the most you're going to get is 350 heal. Well, I can get a lot more out of them if I level these up, right? Especially for how often they are used. So, here we go. Let's see if I can get Misfortune here. Oh, come on. You don't want to fight me? Oh, she's going bottom lane. Okay. So she's just not going to do anything. Now, I don't think that gave me another stack. Let's see. I got the one here. I killed her once before, and I got the one there. So yes, she is still on cooldown for getting a mark from her. But the jungle camps I can get marks from as soon as they are up. There, now I have 4. So I have a 5% of the target's current health every auto attack. Which is pretty hefty.
Hurry them, faster.
Let's see, what are the things with her? So that's the other thing that I've noticed is that, so if there's only 1 or 2 enemies within the range of her Dance of Arrows, she will only fire off 1 for each of them. It won't do anything extra. Alright, let's see. I'm going to have her hurt me. Come on. Wow, minion block. Alright, here we go. So there, I'm not taking damage. So even in Misfortune, you saw how she wouldn't die from my attacks there until the ability ran out. And she had stopped attacking me, so even though she got healed, I was able to kill her. Uh-oh. Oh! I was hoping I could dash out, but nope, it was still on cooldown. Alright. Let's see. So basically, yeah, this is the build that they are suggesting, which is good. I don't know if I'd go with the Shiv, the static Shiv. I would probably go with something that has more crit. Wait a second. Where are we? Isn't it built off of this? I'm looking for Infinity Edge. Oh, it goes off the cape. Yep. This I think would be better for her.
There's so many ways to die.
And then cooldown reduction is also good on her, because you want to be able to get. So the Wolf's Fury, because then your Q goes down to a really short cooldown. And then the Mounting Dread is where she does quite a bit of damage. I mean, it's because of that 5% of the target's max. Now let's go get another stack. And I don't need... So the stacks for... as I said, the stacks for jungle only go up to 6, and then you have to get them from kills, but you can get an unlimited amount of stacks. So if a game goes long, she can become quite scary, because it's every auto attack that she does. And we all know how, you know, she's going to have the Sated Devourer and Blade of the Rune King. So that give me another stack? Yeah, no it didn't. She's still within the... Oh, is the bug? Oh, there we go. Yeah, this disappeared for a sec. As you can see, the Q is really underwhelming to me. You know, you'd expect it, after having 2 items like this, to wipe out minions in a dash. Oh, her Q does go through walls. I guess not that one. Let's try that again. I know it goes through walls. Like, I definitely can go through this one. So, and it will attack anything on the other side. I could have sworn I could go dash through this wall. Let's do it through here then.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
Oops, here's the next mark. So like I could definitely dash through this one here. So now I'm at my 6 stacks. The jungle will no longer give any more marks. And I'm at 7.5% of current health. So with the Blade of the Rune King and that, I'm almost at 16%. And I don't know if Wolf here, if a Mounting Dread gets anything from her marks.
All will know us.
It doesn't say, but there's been a lot of things that they've not said in the tooltips. They just reworded her passive to be a little more clear, because a lot of people, even myself, were trying to hunt the enemy marked jungle monsters to get the stacks, and wasn't getting a stack. And it's because it did not say enemy jungle monsters, it only said jungle monsters. So it was reasonable to misread that, well, or misunderstand it. That was pretty good. And of course it is bots, so they do suck. But I didn't need to use my ult there. Now I don't know if like a Rudan's Hurricane would be good with her. I may get that just to see, especially how it plays out with her Q. I also want to get my Salted Devour, or my Sated Devour, sorry. I'm at 17. Alright, I'm going to cap that out, get some items, and then we'll see how she goes. So here's with Ruden's Hurricane. The extra attacks do get her her stacks, so that's pretty cool. So that I would say it is an item that you may want to build with her. Her dash does not, they are not considered an auto attack. So that isn't building up. I gotta get back to Misfortune is on my base.
None can hide.
There we go. Let's come on. What's interesting is, like, you see, I've got two. That's a bug. I should not have two wolves with me. It's kind of funny. I don't know if that's strictly because of the wolf's hunt or what. Let us see, what else do I want to do? Sell these. Let's go with some crit and some damage. Yeah, this would probably be good. Because of the Q activation. I'm going to be in trouble here. I gotta push out the top here. I'll get in a better place, then I'll come back in. Okay, so able to push things out, get the inhibitor on the top so that it's not going to be a problem anymore. So I still don't have my... oh, that went fast. I still don't have my Sated Devourer yet, so I'm going to take on Dragon here. And that went pretty quickly. One more, and then I've got the Sated. There we go. So now, every fourth attack, I will get an extra attack.
We are not dreams.
Which will trigger the root ends. So,
All things great and small.
be interesting, because you don't actually do damage with the shadow attack, but if it triggers the Ruden's Hurricane, it should send out an attack against, even if you've got one target.
No match for us.
You are, dear wolf.
So yeah, so Mounting Dread now does 250
And scream.
And then
plus 5% of the target's health. Let's see, can I dash through this top one? I don't think so. It's too... Yeah, it's too... Even though I could see the other side. Now that was interesting. Let's take on Baron and see how... I don't have enough... lifesteal.
The chase ends.
More lie ahead, dear wolf.
Yeah, so I've got 7 stacks, which is 8.75. Looks like I'm about to win up here, so I don't want to kill her yet. Now, I found out why I'd missed out on some stacks is because once you kill the champion, it doesn't necessarily mark her again. You know, or whoever you had, it opens it up. So she was dead. I killed her like 2 times with the mark not being there. But I mean, there's 4 minutes between kills that you can't get a mark from them anyway. But so yeah, this is the new champion. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it. I'll be doing more. I've already got a match out that I did with Jungle with her. This was before they had corrected the text for her mark. But I did pretty well with her. But she is not the easiest champ, and definitely isn't like overpowered, not super OP until late game when you have a bunch of stacks. But anyway, thank you very much.